I was busy singing and didn't realize that the show was starting.
I
Hi,
was kind of,
everyone.
I was dancing along with your singing and forgot to.
I'm always like, what's going on? Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Hey guys. Hey Eric. I'm glad to see you survived Harry. And I'm not just talking about a side piece, I'm talking about the hurricane.
You mean Henri?
Henry?
Henri?
Henri.
Yes, I was very frightened, and I was convinced the tree was going to fall into my house. I did
Yeah.
not sleep. I didn't think we were doing this show, so I did not book anyone for us for it because I was convinced, we were getting directly hit by a hurricane, as they told us every minute all day yesterday. And then luckily it moved to the east. And here we are. We have power. I just got it back a little while ago. But, the show must go on, John.
The show must go on, and here it is.
Here it is. I shaved. I look horrific.
You
As
look
I sat down, I
tired.
realized this was happening.
Oh my God.
So, we just throw this on.
I'm just
And
keeping the black shirt just as a
good. Yes,
uniform from now on.
I appreciate that. That's what I also do. I will say there was one like moment, like it did, we still had the hurricane, and like the, whatever. We were in a little bubble. Anyway, there was this one moment when I looked outside, like the wind's blowing like it's really bad. The sky was dark, and do you know what I saw?
Maximus' mom.
Anna.
Just kidding.
It's gonna say Maximus Mom on a broom. Dun, 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 dun,
So
dun, dun, dun,
terrible.
dun. You were so close.
I am getting to know you better.
That was really weird. Anyway, more fun than Maximus Mom on a broom. Make sure that wherever you guys are, you are followed, liked, and subscribed. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, iTunes, all those things like thumbsing up and subscribing, hitting the bell on YouTube, and 5-star ratings and nice reviews are ways that keep these shows coming to you guys all the time. We very much appreciate it. Of course, you're our best, our best advertisers. So share the show. Let people know that we're live now. Let them that, or if you're watching in the future, let them know in the future. Put it in
Right.
Facebook. You guys know. Share the shows. If every one of you just told one person,
One.
just one. Just share a fun show. Look, no one's saying it
Yes.
needs to be a John and I show. Go share, a Christian show. Share one of those. You can share old shows.
Yeah. Just get him here.
Maybe you like Bravo. You could go back into the Reality Recaps archives and watch our old Bravo shows with me, John, Jeffrey Marks from the Glass House. Those were a real hoot. Maybe you don't like me at all. John used to do Tea Times with Princess Glammy.
Mm-hmm.
He used to do Survivor recaps with his mom.
Oh, my mom could be a good co-host for you on Wednesday. She's
So
watching.
make sure that you share the shows, because it's what keeps these going. That might actually not be a bad idea for the following Wednesday. I really do think I have someone for this Wednesday, because, John won't be here. John won't be here this Wednesday, but I will have
Or the following.
or the following. But I don't worry. I have guest hosts I'm working on. So,
Well, I know there was a poll, so who was the top of the poll?
who was the top of the poll? Do you know what is fun about being the host and the producer?
You have all the answers?
that when I get not prepared for something, but don't worry, okay? I'm getting it,
What's your
and
gut instinct? Just say a name. Just say it.
I no, because I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
You've
I'm
seen
gonna
it before,
tell.
so most likely your gut is the truth.
Look, I've been a little bit hurricaned, okay? And I have not checked it recently. I was busy posting photos of myself in the shower for patrons the other
Right,
day.
before the hurricane. So, yeah,
Yeah.
excuses, excuses. Hurricane,
Okay.
schmurricane.
Okay. So, Christian or Frenchie, uh, Devon or Ika, Rachel Riley, Ian Terry, Jason Roy, Kevin Martin or Bruno, Steve Moses, Caitlin Herman, Jason Roy, Ika, Danielle Reyes, Cassandra, Ross Matthews,
Ross Matthews, yes.
Arissa, your boy Jay Roy, Rachel. There's like a lot of
Those are
suggestions
all
people
good
put in.
ones.
Yeah, I didn't do it as a poll. I told, the patrons to
Oh,
comment, but we have 78 answers.
wow.
And I'm gonna say that one of those people are totally who I've been talking to for Wednesday.
Ooh, is it a surprise? Is it going to be a surprise?
It's none of those people.
So that's the surprise.
No, I have been talking. In all honesty, again, and then we need to move on. They were really telling us that we were not going to have power for up to 2 weeks because of this freaking hurricane. So I
Yeah.
literally just sent a message to everyone I was talking to and said, disregard doing the show for now. I'll follow back up with you on Monday if I'm alive and have power. So I really don't know what's going on. I'll figure it out tomorrow, John.
It's always tomorrow.
The sun'll come out tomorrow unless your name is DX and you get money and don't use it. And then all of Twitter stands you like you're the best thing that ever happened to this game, except you're not. You're the worst player I've ever seen. Great guy. Love him. Nice personality. Super friendly. Is going to be a millionaire with his whole business model. But when it comes to Big Brother, he's the worst.
Oh, it was tough to see tonight.
It's like a rant. Like a song rant. Sorry, I've been watching Smigamaroo Dune. Smigamaroo.
Well, we have a lot to unpack
I'm
today
sorry.
with this episode, with the
Right.
feeds. Have you caught up with the feeds with all your hurricane
I did.
shenanigans?
I did.
You kept on the pulse with the feeds.
Thanks to our live feed updaters, I sure did.
Absolutely.
So I've been all over it. I know where we're at, but I mean, let's start at the beginning of this episode where we left off with a little bit of DX. I mean, a little bit of DF, getting safe. And I got saved, but that wasn't the best part of being saved.
They finally talked about the kiss a little bit between DF and Kai.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did. What? You don't like the kiss?
I love the kiss.
Well,
I don't understand the kiss though.
I hate to say, I'm gonna make people hate me and like me on this show. I'm starting to think that Kyland is literally maybe a serial killer. Now I reserve serial killer for special people, but I'm starting to think he's a level of megalomaniac that we're not prepared for. I think he has the ability, on Netflix, the guy, and he stalks the people.
Oh my god, I love that series.
Okay, so he has the ability to be whatever the person is, whatever the person needs from him, that's what he's gonna be to get your trust. It all doesn't mean anything. He's just using
a solid spouse. I would love for my spouse to predict and act the way I wanted him to.
Yeah, well, we all would, but this is a game for money and not real
Right,
life. So, I mean,
right.
again, I can't blame Kylan. And I have to say, for the more that we don't like Kylan, and I think the general consensus is most people don't like him, it's probably because he's playing the best game.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm seeing a lot of that on social media, on Twitter. They don't like Kylan. I see it on the live feeds, like in some of the rooms that I'm clicking on and stuff, and they don't like him. But I'm like, he's playing a great game. Like everybody was kind of bagging on Sarah Beth. Oh, this is really Kylan's HOH. Isn't that smart? Isn't that what you want to do? Because then
Yeah,
Kylan can
no,
play next week and possibly win HOH, and then basically have two back-to-back HOHs, right?
not basically. He has two back to
Yeah,
back HO. I mean, he controlled this whole entire HOH.
exactly. And I think what you're talking about is how he can adapt to everything, like the way he was talking when Sarah Beth says, "Oh, these are kind of my targets," and he's like, "Wait a minute,
Your
I don't."
targets.
Yeah. Let's think about that a little bit, shall we? Shall we just take a moment and think about that, Sarah Beth?
Let's think
And
about
then
it,
kind
Sarah
of,
Beth.
kind of started switching things around again. Yeah.
My favorite, I tweeted it out. I forgot to grab the photo of it, but my favorite is how he was in the DR and he was like, now I can't make it too obvious that I'm persuading her. And then it cuts to like him in the bed with his arm around her neck, at like looking at the memory wall, and she's just like, "Yeah, I think that's a great
Oh.
choice, Maya." Yes, that's a great choice, right, Sarah Beth? I was like, "Oh, you're choking her out, and tell her what to do." Got it. I liked how that was a nice
About
edit. I saw what production was doing there.
to lose consciousness. Don't you agree?
Don't you agree, Sarah Beth? He is Dexter. He's Dexter. The way he can tongue down Derek F, the way he thinks that Sarah Beth needs, love and
Yeah.
affection, the way he thinks, Xavier needs like a bruh, the way he, has to psychoanalyze Aza and talk like to her like this, even though he doesn't talk to anyone else like this because he's a serial killer.
He's a chameleon.
He's a Dicklin.
He's playing a great game, and that's what you want to be, and that's what we want to see. And
Yeah, he's gonna win.
every season we go through this though. Everybody hates this person, and then because they're always playing the best game. So
Yeah, I mean he's gonna win.
haters gonna
Kylan's gonna
hate.
win.
I'll tell you who couldn't settle Derek F down was our girl Tiffany in the stock room.
Okay, it's on a stock room. Okay, this isn't the local Walmart. It's it's the
Where the
storage
food
room.
is kept.
Sure. Now, just so that you're aware, just so you know, if you will, just so you know.
Right, right.
Now, this whole entire conversation happened well before. Oh, I guess I should have said. This whole entire conversation
Oh, funny.
happened well
Wow.
before Brittany's eviction. So this is an out of order edit. They used this even though that it happened, before Britney's eviction. Um and they left out a lot of the interesting parts of it too, where
Right. But it doesn't
that
matter that it's out of order. I mean, the fact is that I was waiting
well,
for this to
yes.
happen. We never had any kind of resolve after they were all in the HOH room and Tiffany was trying to talk to Brittany and Azza and Derek were there, or her bodyguards or her lawyers. And now it's like, I was like, oh my God, she's confronted him because he is not come from the same cloth as Tiffany.
Okay, so two things, and we'll get into all of these things. So
Okay.
number one, what they didn't show was The rest of the house was eavesdropping at the door for this conversation, so they all
Ooh.
heard it, number one. And number two, Hannah kept like pressing the button and trying to warn them that the house was listening to them. So that's, one part of it that they didn't show. Now, number two, to your point, or I'll say why I think it matters, but first, so whose side are you on in this argument?
Oh, I'm Tiffany's.
Now, are you saying that because you know that I'm going to be on Derek's side?
No, I don't have to be the opposite of you. I didn't even look you in the eye. I stared straight at the camera. I didn't even look at you on the screen.
I am on Derek's side here 100%.
I'm on Tiffany's side from what I saw in the edit in the show.
Which is the same thing.
You said this went on a lot much longer. So
No, it did, but I mean, you're getting
Right.
the main points. Like, again, they went up to the room. Tiffany requested Brittany. They did not like that Brittany was being called up there on their own, so they went
Requested.
up. Well, there
I love it.
that
Send me Brittany.
yeah, send me Brittany.
Send me Brittany, or don't send me anything at all.
Now, this was however many weeks ago, but it came after a lot of moves that Tiffany was doing that were very much anti the Jokers. So obviously that they're going to go up there. Now, look, here's the thing. I feel like this reaction was way too extreme from Tiffany. Do I think that Derek F should have been like coward and walked out of the room? No, that was passive aggressive and yada yada yada. But Tiffany, who we know I love and want to win, her acting like I was just the innocent angel in this and I just simply asked to talk to Brittany and then I was attacked by you Joker ghouls. No, you're not the victim here, Tiffany.
She was.
You're
She
not
was
the
attacked.
victim. Let it go. You're not the victim in this
Here's
story.
the problem. The Jokers
What?
are gone. They've been gone for weeks. No
Yes.
more teams, Julie said. And Ozza and Derek F have just been with Brittany. We got to keep a Joker. We got to keep a joke. Brittany's gone now. Just before she was gone. It's just like you're in one of the strongest alliances. Just focus on that. So Tiffany thinking, okay, you know what? We're all aligned. No matter what happens, we all have each other's back. And you have to come up there like a bodyguard, like machismo. Just be like, what do you need? What do you want from her? What do you do? Oh, I would have flipped the F out too. I would have been like,
so you're also emotionally unstable?
When it comes to people doing stupid things, yes.
What exactly is like
Derek and walking up with Ozza?
Yeah.
Like, why can't you trust Tiffany? She's in your Cookout alliance. Why? What was the big deal? And even though it did happen, what did it really accomplish? Except
it made Tiffany
now.
look horrible.
Well, I don't think
If Tiffany is like, I want to talk to you, and then other people come into, if it's anybody and is like, I want to talk to this person, and then the other people come into the room, and then you go, just forget it now. Just forget it. Nope, forget. I'm not doing it. Nope, forget it. I'm not doing it now. I'm not doing it. Forget it. That's making you, Tiffany, which is the part where this is where my annoyance in this really comes with Tiffany.
Right.
It's making Tiffany's game look bad for no reason. I think Tiffany has every right to be upset about it. The way she went about being upset about it, bad gameplay. It is like you
Very
don't have
true.
a physical.
That's true.
Tiffany does not have a physical game. She can't win a comp to save her life.
No.
All you have is being a mastermind of this game and your social game. So for you to make such piss poor social judgments as to throw a fit over this literal non-issue is horrible gameplay. And guess what? It is what has given Derek Frazier the ammunition to go to Kylan and be like, Tiffany's unstable, Tiffany's irrational, Tiffany needs to get out of this game. Go to Derek, go to Xavier. Gotta get rid of Tiffany. Look at how she treated me. Look at how she acts. Why? Because Tiffany needed to have a meltdown over two people walking in a room. Horrible gameplay, Tiffany. Horrible gameplay.
No, I agree. It made her look bad. She
Yep.
was super emotional. Didn't feel like she was being trusted by her alliance. Did come a little strong in the food pantry, whatever that is. But I think she was just trying to be like, listen, we're not cut from the same cloth. I deal with things immediately.
That I agree with.
And you know what? You need to see me. Do you
Yes,
know what I mean?
I agree with
you
that.
need to see me type of thing. Absolutely.
100% I agree. Tiffany was justified in being like, don't come to me, a week later now and act like now
Right.
you're going to apologize
Hey, girl,
to me
how you
about
doing?
this.
Can we have a talk real quick, girl? Can we just have a little, we're cut
Yeah.
from the same
And by the way,
cloth.
did it
No,
in
we are
private.
not. What?
And by the way, for the most part, was having that conversation in private. Find no fault in what Tiffany did there.
Right.
It was all of the other part that was ridiculous on
Right.
Tiffany's
Yep.
end. But
Look, we talk it through and we find a place.
they talked it through, they found a place, and I think
And
it's
so did
hard. I
we.
think it's
So did we.
so did we. I feel horrible because I feel like this is the end for the girls of the Cookout. This week is the end of the Cookout women.
Well,
I mean, they're not going, but I'm saying like
Right.
this will be the week that we look back and just like how we look back to Christian's when Christian was gone with DX, and we say if DX didn't get rid of Christian, DX probably wouldn't be in the situation right now. And in
Right.
2 weeks from now, we're gonna look back at this week and go, if Tiffany and Hannah and Azza and Derek Frazier would have worked to keep Derek X in the house,
Yeah.
Tiffany or Hannah or one of them probably wouldn't be gone, unfortunately.
Well, Tiffany is a mastermind. She's really good, but I'm really, she does kind of have her pulse in a bunch of different places. I just really want her to start becoming aware that as the numbers dwindle more, the lower on the totem pole she is.
She's too wrapped up in.
I know.
See, I want to
that's what
say believing, but it is true. She is a mastermind of this game, and she does put a lot of stuff in motion.
Right.
But like you say, it's making her blind to what's happening right in front of her, and she's feeling too comfortable.
She's not going to make top 3 at this point if she doesn't start to wake up and go, oh my gosh, we need to start working together. We've got Kai, we've got Xavier still, and we need to keep DX. Absolutely.
But then again, we're talking about it in a win the game scenario, and for Tiffany and all the Cookout members, they're talking about we don't care, we're playing to 6, So she's not playing more for the end game, where I feel Kyland is.
It doesn't sound like a mastermind to me.
Well, she's Well, here. Oh my God. I rewound this 3 times. There's no way to record these shows to play the actual clip on here. I need someone to take the clip. Kylan said in the DR, Xavier is not part of the Cookout. And he didn't say the Cookout. He said Xavier is not part of R6, meaning the Cookout, is what he said in the DR.
Well, who's the other 6th person then?
Xavier. That's why it doesn't make sense.
Right.
And I don't understand what Kylan was talking about.
Was Kylan saying Xavier DX is not part of the 6?
No, he literally said Xavier is not part of our 6, and I
was
have
this
to
on the
remain
feeds or on the show?
On the show in his DR. I literally tweeted it out and was like, "Did he just say Xavier's?" And people were like, "Yeah, he just said it." So I don't understand what that was part of the edit for. It made no sense. Made no sense at
Oh, I
all.
missed that.
All right, well, let's talk about a moment we didn't miss from the episode, one of my favorites, and another thing that I tweeted out tonight, John. And do you know what that is?
No, I don't read your tweets.
It's that
Oh,
Ozza is a treasure and must be protected at all costs.
I love this moment with Asa.
The Sarah Beast. Kyland is coming for us, and he's bringing the Sarah Beast. I just love her so much. And I'm sorry, nobody in that house makes me laugh as much as her and Derek.
She's so funny. I loved her talking about what's the thing that she sleeps with her hair, how her mother would be upset that she's on national
Yeah.
TV wearing that, looking that way she, you know what I mean? And she just has so many funny moments. Truly
I
entertaining, absolutely. Game player.
and well, I'm hoping now that Brittany is gone, Ozza will step up her game a little bit more. I'm hoping.
I'm hoping too. I mean,
Um,
she thought she was going to be on the block, which is not
yeah.
wasn't not in the noms.
Well,
So
here's the thing, and I mean I get it. They need to edit the show, okay? I get it. But like when the episode starts and Tiffany's like, I want Sarah Beth out and I'm worried I'm gonna end up on the block. And then and the like other cookout member, I'm worried I'm gonna end up on the block. I
I
don't
know.
know what Sarah Beth can do. I might end up on the block. When they all know Kylan will control the HOH. He will make sure two of you will not be up. Even if two of you are up, there's the power to get one off. And then it's going to have
But
to be
here's
replaced
the
with someone
thing.
else.
That's what I'm talking about. I mean, yes, we don't see the cookout in a room all together like we've seen past big alliances in the past, and then they've gotten caught, which they seem to always do. But I don't understand that they don't have this level of trust. Like everyone in the cookout's still there. You know, Oz is saying, if I'm up with a cookout member on the block, I'm going to go home. Basically, just saying Derek Frazier. If I'm next to him, I'm going home. Anyone that's next to him is going home.
Right?
So why isn't there this level of trust? Like, oh, Kylan's going to take care of it, or or was there a moment on the feeds where Kylan's like, I got you, don't worry. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, there
why?
is. Kylan was very good. I mean, I think you're insane if you think there's not a level of trust between the cookout because I think they're
Why would she
all.
Well, why would she
They're
think that she's going to sit next to a cookout so soon?
Because I think there. I mean, sure. Is there? I guess what do they say? It is like a blind faith. They have a blind faith. Like in other words,
Exactly.
it's like being agnostic. Like I don't think that there's a god, but if there is, I'm willing to admit that I'm wrong. So it's kind of like I'm working for the cookout, and I know they have my back, but if they end up betraying me, I knew it was going to happen.
Right. And there's
So,
nothing I
like,
can do because
that's.
I've played no game.
You're right. That's kind of the way Tiffany is operating. But I will say,
Ozza.
I mean, Ozza. No, Tiffany, because we were
I'm talking
talking.
about
I thought
Ozza,
you.
though.
Well, Ozza has a right to feel worried because she's had massive issues with Kyland every week.
Hmm.
She went against Sarah Beth to help Brittany, so she has every right to be worried she would end up on the block. Tiffany has
So
zero
soon,
reason
though.
to think
Right.
what.
But I mean, so soon, though. I mean, once the numbers dwindle down more, the cookout is all still
Well, it's
there.
not Kyland's HOH, it's Sarah Beth's. I'm sure that's why she feels worried.
True. But, I mean,
But we
as we
all
know
know
now,
Kylan's running it. We all, right, I agree. We all know that
absolutely.
Kylan's running it 100%. But, like I said, Kylan did very well this week. Before nominations, he went to everybody and was like, this is, as, which is amazing. that he is able to download information to people in 2 seconds without candy. It's fucking amazing. He went to each Cookout
I
member,
want
was
the
like,
candy.
this is what she's gonna do, this is what she's thinking. I'm trying to keep you off the block. I'm trying to push it this way. I gotta
To
go
the
tell the
Cookout
next
members. To the Cookout
to the
members.
Cookout members.
Yeah.
He did very well. He was honest to all of them on what was going on with Sarah Beth. And, you know, we saw little snippets of it, of, you know, Tiffany being like, well, I want Claire to stay, but I got to do what's best for the Cookout. And Hannah being like, I want Derek X to stay, but I got to do what's best for the... Each of them were pushing the people to, you know,
Right.
do
Tiffany
the
wants
thing.
to keep Claire. Nobody wants to use their, their future block buddy, right?
Right. I have a serious question for you. It's probably too serious for the middle of this show right now.
Then why ask it and why bring it up? But go ahead.
Because you know what? When people watch the show back, they can comment below. And then maybe I'll discuss it on a Hangout show later. So, when this cast becomes friends post-season, right?
Right.
Can any of the non-Cookout members ever trust anything the Cookout members tell them in the group message? For example, they're all in the group message and they're like, let's go out to eat tonight. Where should we go? And Brittany's like, I want to go to Fridays. And then Tiffany will be like, no, girl, we're going to Cheesecake Factory. And then Kyland gets on board and he's like, yeah, Cheesecake Factory. And the next person is the next person. And then now I'm a non-Cookout member. Am I going to be like, you know, all the Cookout members are all talking. They have their own separate text chat.
And will outvote us on a restaurant.
They're trying to control the restaurant we go to now.
So you think as this group out of the house navigates in the real world, but when they see each other, the Cookout will always be the dominant alliance,
that is
even
what
outside the house?
That you have got my number. Like I said, it's a serious question.
Well, I mean, I think it'd be more like who has like allergies to food, right? Like
Brittany.
So yeah, if Brittany's around, if the Cookout wanted to go to TGI Fridays, but Brittany's like, listen, I've got allergies and I've got, a gluten thing.
I think a flare.
But
there's no flare at Cheesecake Factory.
But I've got a gluten thing, and I know all the food is clean. And if I eat it at Cheesecake Factory, we should go there. Anybody, I think, with food allergies would trump the Cookout vote. Is that an answer?
You've really driven this joke into the ground. You've like driven it off the cliff. It's crashed.
I've been studying all day, so I am in that frame of mind of studying and figuring things out.
Yes, that's a good Kyland impression you just did. I felt like that was very Kyland of you.
Listen, Eric, I've been studying all day and I'm just figuring things out. I'm in that mode. You understand, right?
I do.
Can I just put my arm around you for just a second and give you a hug?
The real question is, how did I feel when you were answering the question?
Can you pick a feeling word on how you feel right now?
I'd rather say I'm more of a yellow.
I'm looking at your aura right now, and I'm seeing pink.
I think they're all gonna be. I don't know. Not at all having to do with.
I would love it. That it would be hilarious if the Cookout from now on dominated where they went, what they ate.
Yeah. Oh, it should. Yeah. You lost to us. Now we get to choose everything we do as a group forever. Forever. They get to choose everything. Not in this situation of this group, but seriously, I don't understand how any cast of Big Brother, and I understand it's a game.
Yeah.
I don't know how to be friends with someone that I know can look me in the face and so obviously lie to me. And then I believed it, and it's a lie. I know you have that ability in you now, and now we're going to go out into the real world, and I'm going to trust you with secrets. And I'm not talking, I think this every season of every cast. I find it shocking they're all such good friends, because I'd be like, you lied to my face
Hmm.
and I believed you.
Yeah. See, I don't think it is that shocking.
You don't?
I think we're all capable of it. Some are just better at it. And I think
Okay.
as humans, we understand that. And so during gameplay, you know what? It can be forgiven once in the real world.
Okay. I mean, I agree. I always say game
Yeah.
and real world are different. I just, yeah, that's crazy. That's all I was thinking about. I'm sorry. Let's talk about the noms.
Claire
So,
and Derek F.
yes, our precious Claire, our precious Derek F. Stupid noms or not stupid noms, John?
Well, I'm understanding what Sarah Beth's wanting to do. She's wanting to put up two pawns, like she said in the episode, because if one gets taken off, we don't know what the chop block roulette's really going to do at this point in the episode. So putting up two pawns is safe. Even Claire said she felt safe because at least if something doesn't happen and she's not taken off, at least she can try for the veto. So actually being nominated in the ceremonies, actually, of course, that we know is the best way. Her real target is Derek X. It's better to backdoor someone like him because he does win a lot. And so I understand her strategy, but also too, with two pawns, you need to see how things are going to be shaken up once, we see who plays the chop block roulette or not.
I just know it wasn't called chop block roulette.
What was it called?
And it's the way that you keep calling it chop block roulette.
Chop. Pa. Chop. Chop.
Chopping block?
Is it chopping block?
I just don't know that it was called chop block roulette because it's hard to say.
I'm reading my notes. You have access to them too. I've been studying all day.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's a good one. It's a good one.
Is it chopping broth? It's chopping broth. I can't even
What
speak.
is it? I'm sorry. Wait, what is it? Shopping rock? What was it?
Chopping broth.
Yeah, go ahead. Try one more time. Chopping crock?
Chopping block roulette.
Chopping block roulette. Yes.
Right?
And
Is
that was a very. Now say I vote to evict.
I vote to evict chop block roulette name.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, this was the same plan that we saw Kyland have last week. Put up the two people, force the power to be used,
Mm-hmm.
buy ourselves time to see
Smart.
what the outcome is from the power.
Yeah.
Then I'll do my real target. So it was just Kylan giving his exact same thing as he did last week to Sarah Beth. Snooze.
Well, I think I'm glad of course, it's his HOH, but I think it's smart to do that.
Yeah.
So
It
yeah,
is.
I want to see it. I was excited to understand what the chopping block roulette actually was.
Yes.
I have to speak slowly, Kyland, because I don't understand things.
Right. Right.
So I was excited to see that. Now, were you surprised at anybody's money? Did anybody's amount surprise you?
I mean, Derek X's did.
Did Claire's?
No, of course Claire's going to get it because we know that Claire needs it, which is the same reason why people gave it to Derek X,
And
which
what ab-
again, go
and
ahead.
did Oz's being at the bottom surprise you?
Yeah, but I mean, she doesn't get an edit. I mean, first of all, people think that the live feed watchers, we are controlling any of this shit. We are literally less than 5% of this vote. We literally are insignificant in impacting it unless literally everyone rallied together in the way that
I
they
feel
did
like
during
my
OTT
votes
and
were
folk.
part of it. And
Yes, your
I
votes
don't
are part of it, but we don't matter. It's based on the edit, and Ozza gets no airtime, which the point that I forgot to make super quickly about when you said, what did putting that fight into the edit matter?
Oh
It
yeah.
mattered in the same way that Tiffany was the only person who got a DR asking America for money.
Mm.
No one else got any airtime tonight in the DR telling America they need money to make something
To save
happen
to save Claire.
to save Claire. Which, if you're a live feed watcher, then you know that Tiffany is trying to get rid of Claire. She wants to save DX this week, possibly. She's been planting seeds for it. Planting seeds.
But
Because
that's
Tiffany knows what I always say about this game. If you want to win, you have to play the house, play production, and play America. And Tiffany, as I have seen every week now, lies in her DRs. And you think I'm saying that is a bad thing? No,
no.
it's not. She's playing America and playing production. She is not at all honest in her DRs. Brilliant. Don't let production know what you want to do. It's also why you're getting $50, but you know, because they don't want Tiffany to win. I think they want Kyland to win.
The game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because they Kyland and Derek Frazier are,
Mhm.
in my opinion, both. Well, I want to say they're both getting winners edits, but I think maybe Derek F is getting the comedic edit, which I'm confusing for a winners edit. But the people's
Mhm.
games that I feel are being focused on the most are Kylan's and
Mhm.
Derek F's, which makes me think they're getting a little bit of a winner edit.
Yeah. So Kylan slash Sarah Beth's HOH, they wanted someone to play this, get it out of the way. We know
Right?
Hannah got 75, brings her total to 150, didn't play. Xavier got 75, brought his total also to 150, didn't play. Alyssa got 75 and brought her total to exactly 125, and she played. Do you
The
think
only
it
one that
was,
played,
do you think,
right?
huh? Sorry?
She was the only one that played, right?
She was the only one that played, and so my question is, why did she play? I don't understand.
Right. And here's my other question. It's an individual comp. And then if someone goes in the room and comes out a minute later,
Right.
chances are they didn't play. And for those of you that don't understand the way production manipulates the game for what they want, notice how they just said the winner was Alyssa. Now, granted, Alyssa was the only one that played, so yes, Alyssa would have been the winner. But they did not acknowledge in any way that nobody else played.
Right.
Because if they would have acknowledged that anybody else played, it would have ruined the people. If they would have said that no one else played, it would have ruined the people that acted like they played, number
Well,
one.
and people, like Hannah said in the episode, you can figure out who has how much money left, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yes,
my
you could
but
figure out how much
my
money.
question is, did Alyssa really need to play? Was there something where she
Well,
felt
there's
I
a
have to
show.
have personal safety?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Julie Chen didn't announce it like
Oh,
you.
oh, I see what you're saying. You meant did she need to not did she need to do it because no one else was? You mean her safety in jeopardy
Yeah,
play? Yes, it was.
it was
Yes,
her and DX. She caught on to.
yes,
Okay, because she doesn't trust Sarah Beth
correct. Or Kyland.
or Kyland.
And you have to remember that Xavier, why the cookout is so brilliant, exactly kind of what we saw. Xavier was pushing Alyssa to play. He needed that power burned. Um,
And
d-
look what
uh,
happened.
right. And while Kylan was doing the opposite and getting the other Derek not to play it so that he could still be eligible, so that they could save their so that the correct cookout members could save their money. They needed
Right,
someone to play it. Let's have Alyssa burn her money.
right.
Once again, we as America vote Derek F this money cuz we want him to win, cuz everybody loves him so much. And I don't get it. He's not doing anything in this game but making bad moves. He just proved it again. You can argue with me all day long on Christian. You're never going to convince me Christian was the stupidest shit he ever did for his game. He would be fine right now. And you can argue your point. I can argue my point because it's happening. So I'm right. But let's take that out. We gave him the money to play. He knew he wasn't safe. He didn't play. Stupid. Now, lastly, John, breaking Oracle news.
Ooh, dun dun dun.
Last last night on the feeds, Derek literally told Claire that the producer said to him 3 times, "Are you sure you're not gonna play roulette?" Would not let him leave the room, asked him a second time, "So you're aware that you're in danger, but you're not playing?" He said, "No, I'm not playing."
I'm
She
saving my
asked
money.
him a third time, "Derek, once you leave this room, you will no longer be able to play, so I need to be really sure. Maybe you want to help me understand why you would not play when you're saying you're in danger." And he refused to play all 3 times. I don't know. This person is not getting my AFP vote. I don't know why we are again, wonderful human being. He's going to be fine in the real world.
Right.
He's going to make $1 million with his food kits. He's a shithole Big Brother player, and the people that act like he's the fucking best and deserves to be America's favorite player, when I see people tweet that, I'm like, you have zero respect for this game, and I can no longer take you seriously. He's a horrible game
Unfollow.
player. The worst. The worst. Great human.
Oh, of
Shitty
course.
at Big Brother.
No, and I mean,
Horrific.
I didn't hear that
Mm-hmm.
on the feeds or anything, but just as someone watching the episode tonight, I was like, I know you're in danger.
Yep.
Why aren't you playing? He even went back and forth a little bit, and then it
Mm-hmm.
cut to commercial, and then it came back, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to save my money to next week," and I'm like, "Why? Why? You're the biggest threat.
Well, he doesn't.
You voted out your shield, Christian.
Mhm.
Now you are the target. Nobody's even talking about Xavier, Kyland, because Kyland's too busy running the HOH. You are the one in danger. If I was him and saw 2 pawns on there, I would go, "Oh my God.
Yes.
I have to do something like
Yep.
play roulette."
Yep.
Yeah, no, I
Like
was horrified.
you did on your HOH to Christian, like you watched Kylan do last week,
Yeah.
and now what you know is happening to you. Again,
Mhm.
I don't know how stupid these people are that each week the big threat goes. You're the next in line, Dumbledore.
But here's what I don't understand. Hannah is close with DX. Xavier and the Cookout want this power out of there. Why didn't Hannah say, You need to play this. I'm nervous. Something's up. You need to just do this as my friend, as my
Well, because
showman's cuddle. But why? Why didn't she? Why
Hannah's
didn't?
torn. I personally think Hannah's torn and she wants to help him because she does care about him, but she
Yeah.
needs to be loyal to the Cookout.
But the
She
Cookout
tried
wants
to
him
nudge
to
him.
want. But if he
She
play, and
did.
yeah,
She tried to nudge him to play it a little bit. She did. She definitely tried to tell him, like, if you think you're in danger, maybe you should play, yada yada. But where he messed up, and the reason he will go home, is he stupidly told them he didn't play. So now they know, aside from the other Derek, aside from Derek
well, I mean, we know
Frazier,
Alyssa. Oh, because they didn't announce the
no.
other players, but he told them. Is what
He
you're saying?
told them he didn't play, and since Kylan is like Rain Man, he has everybody's money amount figured out. So now they know that both Derek's and Xavier are the
To
only
play
people with enough money
to play next week.
to play
As of
next
right
week.
now, unless America gives people more bucks, but it
Right.
puts a bigger target on DX because he has the money to play, or does, yes.
Correct. So they need to get Derek out now. Derek X.
So by not playing, you didn't have a chance to save yourself. By not playing, you now and telling people you didn't play has put a bigger target on you because you can play in the final high
Horrific at
casino
this game.
challenge. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
He's so bad at Big Brother. Now, here's the thing. He's a recruit. He didn't know one thing about this game. And I know that people hear me saying this and they're like, you hate him. I don't hate him. I actually
I don't
love
hate
him.
anybody.
He's next in line after Derek and after Derek F and Azza for my favorite people in the house. I'm always the hardest on the people I like. It's so frustrating because I like him so much that he's so bad. He's someone I want to see play again. He's the perfect example of he will come back to this game and be amazing now that he understands how to play.
Oh yeah,
But
I absolutely agree with that too.
he's just horrible at it right now. Like, I cannot with
Well, he's only
any of
watched like
these.
what, 2 seasons?
He's only watched 2 seasons. But also, speaking of him, another little thing that I don't know if people caught in the edit tonight, we had the DRs from people like Claire and Derek X saying, I don't know about the relationships in this house, and I don't know if there's any other alliances that I'm not aware of. So, you guys understand what that means, right? That means when people like
You're at
Derek
the bottom.
X, no, well, yes, but it means when people like Derek X and Claire go into the diary room, the producers are literally going, okay, so for this week's episode, we need a soundbite from you. So the question is, do you think there's any alliances you're not aware of? Maybe right in front of your face? It means that, and that's the way the DR does stuff. Like, the DR did not tell Derek X, you better play this roulette, you're in danger. They just asked him 3 times over and over, and we're like, we're not going to let you go into. Same exact thing. Is there maybe any alliances that just you haven't thought about forming in front of your face? So the DR is trying to get that info out there if you're not picking up on it by watching the show.
Right. Yes.
But good
But
good on them
it's not,
because
but it's not working.
it's not working. And by the way, I want the Cookout exposed now because there's nothing they can do. So just expose the Cookout now. Like, the Cookout there's nothing I guess they can still. In one more week, I'm gonna need the Cookout to say it to the last person in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get not doing it now. If you did it now, there's
Right.
still going to be two people left, an Alyssa and a Claire. You
Right.
don't want one of them to win and put two of you up. I get why you can't do it now. But I want it to happen when there's only one left and you know that you're all going to the six. I need it.
That'd be amazing.
Sure it will, but unfortunately, as we said last week, looking at the schedule, that's when they have the triple eviction scheduled.
Oh
So
my
we're not going to
gosh.
get it.
Well, to finish off this episode, so Alyssa takes Derek F off. He's grateful. She wants to give somebody a chance because it just seems like anybody that sits next to Derek F will go home. So she wants Claire to have a fighting chance. She spins the wheel, and then Xavier is put on the block. The very person who told her to do it, right?
Well, now there was so incredibly much to this where Kyland and Sarah Beth very much manipulated Alyssa into removing DF. It had nothing to do with DF being like I mean, yes, they did say anyone goes home next to him, yada yada yada, but Kyland, to his credit, and Sarah Beth really did a great job working Alyssa here to make sure that DF was the one that she removed. So it was funny in her DR for her to act like, this is my idea and I did it because I wanted to. No, they worked it. And of course, that's the way it's going to work out, that it lands on Xavier's head.
Of
And
course.
I love that one shot of her crying in the corner and then like they switched the focus to Xavier. It was good. It
It was
was
great.
definitely good. I
It was
loved it.
good, good, good.
Now, I know that we're kind of at the end of this episode. Do we want to talk about spoilers for a minute?
Yes, please. So, do we need to give people a chance to take out if you don't want spoilers?
If you don't want spoilers, leave, but I think everybody is already knows spoilers. So, don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, and share the show if you're
But
leaving.
leave.
Love you. Okay, so, um, it all came down to now Derek X needs to play in the POV. If
Right.
he does not play in the POV, he's screwed. Now, by the way,
Right.
there's the one last glimmer of hope that if Derek X plays in the POV, he wins it. He could remove Claire, right?
Uh-huh.
Then
Yeah.
he's safe, Claire's
There's
safe. Alyssa is
Alyssa.
safe because of the roulette.
Mm-hmm.
Another Cookout member would have had to go up. So,
But we
you would
know.
have thought that, oh, we know, but hold on. So you would think that this would just be the obvious thing for DX to do, right?
Right.
Well, your good friend Genius Player DX before the POV comp said that if he wins it, he's not using it on anyone because he's really good at this game. Anyway, and to the camera alone, to be clear, he said it in conversations, but this isn't like he was manipulating someone. He also said it alone. Anyway, so he was not even picked to play. So Derek's
Not
fate,
even a house guest choice because he said
his
to
name
everyone
did
he
not get
wouldn't use
drawn.
it. His name did
No,
not get.
his name did not get drawn.
Or if there was house guest choice, did not get picked.
Or if there was house guest choice, could not get picked. But this all happened during the hurricane times, so I don't know exactly. But he was not picked either way. Was not house guest, was not drawn. He was the veto host, so that is also
That's a good consolation prize.
It's also karma. You know how many people have hosted their blind sides in Big Brother history? I would never want to be the host. Nope. Nope, not me. Couldn't be me. So many hosts host their blind sides, so no thanks. That's number one.
Uh-huh.
It was the How Bad Do You Want It competition where you had to take punishments
Oh.
or prizes. Derek Frazier walked away with like seven or like $8,000.
Oh.
Ozza, I forget what Ozza got. She got something too. However, the person that ended up winning the POV is
Kyland.
Xavier. Kylan wasn't playing in it.
Oh.
So Xavier won. He will be removing himself. Derek X is going on the block, and as of now, is going home. However, like I said earlier, Tiffany has started to float the idea of what if we keep Derek X in the house and we get rid of Claire now? So there's that. And Derek
We've seen her do this
Xavier.
before and didn't do it. Didn't she start to do that with Christian?
Yeah.
Look
But
how
then,
that happened. Look how that
then
happened.
they attacked her in the HOH room.
They did.
Uh
Got you back, Tiff.
oh god. What Xavier got in order to win the veto, he has to do solitary confinement, like Dan, the other worst player that ever played this game. Dan
Here's we're
Giesling
all
is
went through quarantine. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. So he has solitary confinement. He has to be a third nominee next week. So there's going to be the two nominees next week, and then he's automatically the third one.
Perfect. I'm huge and strong and gorgeous. I'll play and win. The POV.
And he's BB bankrupt. He lost all of his money. So where he was one of only 3 people who could play for that power next week.
Because of the veto, he lost his money?
It was one of the punishments he took to win it. So now, but again, this is the thing. And this is what I've been tweeting, what I've been saying on this show, and people think that I'm crazy. He finally said it on, like, he had his camera talk with us and said it. He's like, guys, I have the cookout. I'm fine. I'll take all the punishments. I'll make all these people think I'm saving them and doing it for them. I know I'm in no danger, and all these people feel indebted to me. This is fine. I don't care. That's exactly what he's doing. He can walk around and be like, I'm taking this bullet for you, Claire. Doing this one for you, big guy. Look at me. He knows he always has the votes. He knows it's nowhere near the 6. He knows the cookout is not betraying each other. They can all do whatever the hell they want. They know they're in no danger. So it doesn't matter. But I love Xavier. So I think that will be great. But here's my question. Here's my last question for you for the chat. We know, right?
Right.
That next week is Invisible HOH. So is there no HOH comp this week?
Well, they're going to go in those side rooms, right? And then...
Or is it just changing the noms? So we are going to have an HOH. The person who wins roulette is just changing the noms. But that is not... Right. But that is not Invisible HOH. So I'm very confused. Like,
well, the roulette wheel's out, so now it's just the other one, and I forgot what that. I'm not even going to try to attempt.
Coin of Destiny, which is Invisible HOH.
Gotcha.
So if you are an Invisible HOH...
Well, what it means is there's going to be an HOH comp. There's going to be an HOH, but then you're going to overthrow someone's HOH and be the invisible one.
Okay, so what if the HOH wants to nominate you?
Well, as the invisible HOH, you can change the nominations.
Oh, so that's a good point. It's a good point. Yeah.
And you're welcome. Comedy Jonah wraps up the show with a little logic. I'm finally heard. And can I just be heard?
I'm gonna call you Kyland. Yes, Kyland. I wish they would do it like Canada. If you're going to give us an invisible HOH, do it the way that Canada did it. Do it for real. None of this make a prop HOH dummy.
No high
Because, by
roller
the way,
casino at the beach house.
it's going to be Kylan. I'm telling you all right now. Get ready. Kylan will be HOH next week, which honestly I would love. Because
But
I
then
would
there's
like
going
to
to be
see
the
his.
invisible HOH that's going to rock it. And I'm so excited.
I have one last question for you. For real. In
Last
chat.
question.
For real, last question. Do you think if a Cookout member wins this power, which would be anonymous to nominate people, do you think they would take a shot at the Cookout?
So, at the preface of Derek X has gone home,
Yes, Derek
and
X is gone.
there's
It's Tiffany.
Alyssa.
Tiffany is the invisible HOH. Is she taking a shot at the Cookout?
Oh God, you just like juiced it up for me. Uh, I would love for her to take a shot at either Kyland or Xavier. I don't see how she thinks she's going to win against them once they're battling, once it's just the six of them. You know, Derek and Ozza go up on the block. One of them go. You know what I mean? It's just it's going to be like an assembly line where she's going to be on the block before Kylan and Xavier. So, if she is, oh, that would be just gold, wouldn't it?
A majority of the chat says no. A few people say yes. I see EVOO says I hope so. Becca says yes.
I hope so.
Maximus
With you.
Mom says glug glug.
She's
Lost
drinking.
and obviously I don't know why any of us
You go,
listen to what
girl.
she says.
Salute.
Uh,
Salute. Oh, that's Spanish. Salute. Cheers.
Salute is Italian.
Or Italian. Cheers.
Hannah. This will be Claire and Alyssa on the block. Cookout will win power and it won't even be used, and the season will continue to suck, says Heather from the chat. Correct. The power's not getting used. The power's not getting used, but is in my opinion.
Okay,
I
so
think
let's
it'll be
say
used.
Kylan's HOH, and let's
Yeah.
say Alyssa is the visible HOH. Who does she put up?
She will tell Xavier, because Xavier is going to be the third nominee. This is now her way to pay back Xavier for being there. I won this power. Who do I put up next to you?
So,
because the Cookout has a person with every other person, there is nothing they can do.
What if, okay, we saw Claire figuring out stuff tonight with DX, right? Let's say Claire's the invisible H, and she tells Tiffany because Tiffany's her other person. However, come on, Claire, you can think for yourself a little bit more than Sarah Beth can, more than maybe Alyssa can with Xavier, because I believe you. You're right. She tried to make it up to him. Could Claire possibly use it against the Cookout?
Claire, maybe there's a possibility. I like what Annie said in chat. Annie said,
Oh, you're not
"What
even
if
listening to
they?"
me.
No, I
you
was
were
listening.
mesmerized by what I was saying, and I was too.
No, I'm saying I agree with you. And to add to that, Annie says, "What if they have to make the decision immediately?" That would be good. Don't let them have time to talk it over. Oh, right. Alyssa can't afford it. She doesn't have money. What am I talking about? Only DF.
Oh,
and maybe
how much is
Claire.
it? 200? 200 to play?
Wait, DF is the only one who's going to have money to play.
Well,
Claire won't even have money.
They're going to get more money this week.
Oh, maybe Hannah. Yeah, the most they can get is 100. And it's 250 to play. So Claire won't have enough to play.
Claire won't have it. Hannah could have it.
Only DF. So Derek Frazier will have enough to play regardless.
Oh.
And maybe Hannah, if she gets 100, can play. So they're the only 2 people that can play. So it doesn't matter. The power is not getting used. But, DX got out Christian, so I gotta do it because it reduces it by 33%. I have a 33% better chance to win the comp with him gone. If you play in it.
But did you see my bubble burst?
But if you don't,
like,
what?
Did you see my bubble burst after I was looking at all the amounts and stuff on my notes? Did you see my bubble burst?
You did really good. Hey. Hi. Now to end this show, I just want to let you know something, buddy. I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of you watching live feeds.
I'm trying.
You're taking notes. You're taking this really seriously, and I'm really proud of you for taking it so seriously.
Trying so hard.
You're doing really a great job on these recap shows, and I think people should tweet you and tell you how much they appreciate all the hard work you're doing. Okay, you do a really good job here.
Not good.
All right. If you were an aura color, you'd be red for love. Okay. If you were a tone, you would be low.
Everything in.
I just want you to breathe in. Hold it. Know that you're loved and special, and exhale.
God, no, if you're going to tell me to exhale.
All right. We appreciate you. Okay. You are everything. Thank you for doing such good notes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now,
Thank you.
I am gonna work on. If I was on Big Brother, I would be like this to blend in. Can't see me.
I'm just
Can't
ahead.
see me.
Where's Eric? He's blending in.
I'm a chameleon.
Not on anybody's radar.
All right, we got to rippity wrap this show up. I am so glad. I hope all of you who were in the hurricane are safe and well. I will see all of you back here tomorrow. John, we hope you have a nice time. Good luck on your testings.
Thank you. And I will be back Thursday, so I will miss you guys on Wednesday.
We will miss you too. Don't forget, the best thing you can do to help John do well on his tests is follow, like, and subscribe. Otherwise, he'll fail and it'll be all your fault. Comment below, tell a friend, and we'll see you guys all in the next show. Bye for now, everybody. Bye, friends. Bye, everybody.